Good Friday to you. I'm Storm Team 9 Meteorologist Patrick Ellis here with your ENC Weather update for this December the 13th, 2013. Overall, not too bad of a day across eastern North Carolina with the temperatures warming up to around the low 50s and upper 40s with good sunshine, but the clouds are starting to build in ahead of our next system. That'll be bringing in some rain chances and even a couple of storms possible as we head through the afternoon hours of your Saturday and through Saturday night and into early portions of Sunday. Let's detail that all out and look ahead to next week coming in up here in the forecast weather update video. Here's a look at the satellite and radar shot this evening, and obviously we've got high pressure in control of our weather pattern now across eastern North Carolina, and that's shifting off towards the east, and it's bringing in that return flow, that return moisture off of the Atlantic Ocean ahead of our next system, and that's very obvious where that is right now, basically over the Central Plains, and now pushing the rain shower activity out ahead of it into portions of Missouri, Arkansas, Tennessee, Mississippi, and Louisiana, now moving out of deep East Texas. This thing's going to be moving towards us as we head through the overnight hours tonight and going into tomorrow as well. Here's a look at temperatures: 34 in Greenville, 38 Washington, as well as Elizabeth City, already down to 33 in Hosky, 31 at Swan Quarter, and like I said, high pressure in control right now, but it is building off to the east, and that is going to be the change up as we start to get that moisture coming off the Atlantic Ocean, also coming out of the Gulf of Mexico. And you see the rain showers not too far off, so not as cold tonight across the east. Rain likely Saturday and into Sunday, and then nearing normal and drier for next week. As far as tonight is concerned, mostly clear to start, and temperatures are going to fall quickly to start the evening hours, but the clouds build in, and that's going to hold the temperatures from falling all that much tonight. I think near freezing for inland spots, mid to upper 30s along the coast. So, not a frosty night setting up for us across the eastern portion of North Carolina. So, high pressure building off tonight, and we're watching the storm system, and obviously it's a fairly dynamic storm system with snow to the north, rain showers to the south. And this is going to be a deepening low pressure center as well as it makes its way eastward. This is 3:30 in the morning Saturday, and you see the clouds building in, but we're dry here across eastern North Carolina. We'll zoom in. Here's 10 o'clock in the morning, and showers back off to the west. And if you have plans heading to Raleigh, Chapel Hill, Winston-Salem for the games, the state championship football games tomorrow, you'll be dealing with the cold rain all day long. So prepare for that. Temperatures may not crack 40 for places like Winston-Salem tomorrow. But for the most part, we're dry. But I will make the mention for a few showers. I think that we'll have a couple of showers trying to develop with the isentropic uplift of the coastal front working northward. But you see this low pressure center developing down here towards the south. It's already developed actually near Dallas, Fort Worth. And this is before it's tapping into Gulf moisture. This is still Pacific moisture that's streaming up into this thing. But the Gulf moisture gets tapped into early tomorrow, and that's what's going to be feeding us the moisture going into tomorrow. Now, precipitable water values coming off the GFS look to be peaking out somewhere around 1.5 inches tomorrow. So a lot of moisture moving in here. And you see with that low pressure track deeper inland, you have a low 7:30 in the morning, evening rather, down to the south and west of us, and a warm front lifting northward. I think this is a little slow on the actual projection of the low track, but the rain shower activity definitely there by 7:30 tomorrow. As that warm front lifts northward, it's going to be a wide range of temperatures. The coastal front lifts in, and then you have the secondary warm front that lifts in behind that. Looks like we could have some heavy downpours at the very least. But inland tracts of lows and warm fronts coming up across down East Carteret County, Onslow County, Craven County, Jones County lead to suspicion. We'll talk about that here in just a second, but it leads to some suspicion of the potential for some strong storms. And this is a similar situation as far as dynamics are concerned. We're lacking thermodynamics, but the upper air support is there for rotation within the system, especially with the center of low pressure, the surface low being so close and tracking inland. And the winds will be at the surface from the east and southeast. So there's a lot of turning in the atmosphere tomorrow, so we'll have to watch it closely. Warm front lifts out of here, cold front lifts out of here as well. Likely falling temperatures through the latter half of the day, but look, sunshine comes back here through the day on Sunday. I think we start off with a couple of showers, but then that clears out of there, and from west to east we see a general clearing trend as we head through the afternoon hour. So on the local scale, temperatures tonight are likely going to hold somewhere around the freezing mark. I think this model's a little too warm as far as the temperature profiles are concerned tonight, but the shower chances will be increasing early in the morning. There will be a couple of showers early, but I think that the most part they'll hold off through the afternoon hours. You see by 12 o'clock, most areas in the 40s and 50s, but you see the warm air trying to nudge in down south. Jacksonville 59 and 61 at Morehead City, but it's 49 in Greenville. So that wide disparity as far as temperatures are concerned, and then look what happens. The warm front continues to lift northward. We're still at 51 in New Bern, 60 Jacksonville, 63 Morehead City. And with that, you're starting to get a little bit of instability. Now, it depends on how much the dew points come up tomorrow. I don't think the dew points will be all that great tomorrow as far as the thermodynamics are concerned, but the dynamics are there. The upper air dynamic support will be there as the warm front lifts northward. Here's 7 o'clock. You got Columbia at 58, 53 at Greenville, 61 Jacksonville. It's 47 at Roanoke Rapids. So once again, that's where we're going to be talking about that disparity tomorrow across the area. And on average, we're still thinking about 57 or so as far as the temperature profiles are concerned for tomorrow across eastern North Carolina. How much rain are we talking? Well, anywhere from about 3/4 of an inch inland to about 1.5 inches along the coast. I think this is handling that fairly well. So we'll watch out for that. Heavy rain aspect obviously there. And we're going to look at some of the other things that we look at behind the scenes as far as severe weather is concerned. And this is looking at the significant tornado parameter coming off the NAM. This is out 42 hours. This would be early in the morning on Sunday. And I'll tell you right now, when you look at the STP, anything above a 1 is significant. And the day that we had the, right before Thanksgiving, the EF2 tornado that hit Morehead City, we had values 1 to 2. Tomorrow doesn't look like that's going to be all that great. I do believe it will be on the high end. I think we'll be around a 1. For areas east of Highway 17 and south of 70. Values are right around the 1 category. Now, there are two different methods to look at the STP value. This is just one. This is the quote-unquote new method, the effective method. And this is the fixed method. This is the old method that we looked at the STP, and this has values upwards of a 2. I don't think that it's going to be that bad, obviously. I think we're going to obviously go with the new STP parameter. I just wanted to show you that for compare and contrast, but at the same time, just wanted to give you an idea of what we are talking about when we're talking about the potential for a couple of strong storms tomorrow. Also looking at the Energy Helicity Index. That's looking at the helical flow within the atmosphere, basically the turning of winds with height and the speeds associated with that. This is also another good indication, and anything above a 1 would be significant. This is going up to about a 1, and you kind of have to think to yourself, will there be? This is a marginal setup, to be honest with you. Is this a slam dunk? By no means. But are we talking about the potential for a couple of strong storms? Can't rule it out. I cannot rule out the potential for a few strong storms with the look that we've got going on, especially with the warm front lifting northward. And I say warm fronts will do odd things, so you have to expect the unexpected and just be ready for it. So in the meantime, what we're going to be going for is more so in the gusty wind category, especially for down east areas. There is a gale warning out for the offshore waters. And also for the Pamlico Sound, some of that water is going to get piled up back into the rivers as well. So we may have coastal flood issues. But, as far as the severe weather aspect, it's a very marginal, very low-end threat. But we have to keep an eye out on it. Our 7-day pretty much details everything all in a nutshell. I still think that most of the rain shower activity should hold off until late in the day tomorrow. But there will be a couple of showers possibly early. Then showers in the morning on Sunday, and then tapering off, clouds clearing and carving out from west to east. And then sunshine comes back. We're looking good for the rest of the week. Maybe a shower chance next Friday with another system ahead of another system that'll be moving in here for the weekend. But in the meantime, dry and near normal temperatures, and overall not too bad of a forecast. We just have to get through this weekend. That's going to do it for me here on the ENC Weather Update. Stay up to date with us, Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com. Obviously, we will be here if anything does break tomorrow. Hopefully, it's just the heavy rain aspect and we don't have to deal with any winds or anything of that nature. But obviously, like I said, in this type of scenario, when you have a warm front lifting northward, an inland track of a low, it causes you to think a little bit on what could happen. And I kind of laid it out there for you to kind of understand it. But in the meantime, what we're expecting, heavy rainfall on 3/4 of an inch to possibly 1.5 inches for our coastal areas. And if any severe weather were to happen, it would be mainly for our eastern areas, east of Highway 17 and south of US 70. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Stay up to date with us, Facebook, Twitter, WNCT.com. I'm in tonight, 10 o'clock on the CW, 11 o'clock right back on WNCT. No 6 o'clock newscast tomorrow, but we will be on at 7 o'clock, 10 o'clock on CW, and 11 o'clock right back on WNCT. Have a great rest of your evening, great day tomorrow, and a great weather week ahead.